What is going on, everybody? Tech enthusiast here, and in this video I'm going to go over the first custom ROM for the Redmi K20 Pro, and that is LineageOS ROM. So when you boot up the phone, this is going to be the home screen, and the launcher is called Trebuchet. Swiping to the left you have the Google search, and the voice search also works, so I'm going to say go to XDA Developers Forum. And as you can see, that worked perfectly fine. Okay, so on the right you can see the music widget here. This is the gallery app. It is pretty basic, so you have the timeline, the album, and the videos category. So if you swipe up, you can see the other apps installed on the phone. So some of the basic apps are here. And if you look carefully, you can see Magisk is there, and Magisk, I can tell you, works fine, so you can have root access on your phone. Okay, so let's head back out and look at speed test app. So I just want to see how the Wi-Fi works. Well, the property that I'm testing this at, the Wi-Fi speed is pretty much reaching the maximum. So that is good, and there is no problem with the Wi-Fi download speeds. And the upload speed is slower than the download, but this is perfectly fine. Okay, let's exit out of this and let's dive into the settings. And as you may be aware, LineageOS is like a stockish Android experience. So if we go into connected devices, firstly, you can see NFC is here. Now this is the Chinese model that I am using, and I've been told that the Indian models don't have NFC, and I can tell you that NFC is working here. I don't have anything to show it, but it definitely works. Okay, and let's scroll down and go into display. So you have other options such as adaptive brightness. There is also live display, reading mode. Now it doesn't appear to be working. Maybe this is something that needs to be fixed in the future. You also have color calibration here as well. And under advanced you have more options such as when should the phone go to sleep, display size, screensavers, and full screen apps, meaning if you toggle full screen, then the navigation bar will be hiding from those apps. Security, okay, so I have two fingerprints here set up, and the fingerprint readers do work, but it's not the fastest, but it is okay, and I'll show you that later on in the video. Digital well-being, I haven't really used it, but the option is here for you to use if you need it. Okay, go into systems, so we have buttons, and if we go into buttons and layouts, and here you can see the default layout. Now if I click on the invert layout, that gives me the back button on the right, which is easier to reach. Now you can also set up custom actions, so if you long press on the home button as I've got here, that will launch the last app, which was the speed test app. And again, there are other options such as in the power menu, you can have the option to take a screenshot. There are a few more things here which you can see if you flash this ROM. System profile, I don't really use it. And we have status bar. So on this one, let me just show you the quick pull down. So if I enable that and I swipe on the top right, that will bring the notification tray all the way down. System icons, you can hide some of the icons such as the Wi-Fi. If you press that button, well, the toggle, you can see the Wi-Fi icon will disappear. And battery percentage, you can have the battery percentage to show within the icon, or you can hide that. And again, there are a few more options if you click on advanced, such as gestures. multiple users. So if you want, you can create a second profile and maybe give it to some kids to use the phone. Okay, we have updater here. So at the moment, I'm not sure if they're going to be OTA updates, but the option is here. So we'll see how that pans out in the future. Okay, so let's have a look at the camera app. And it is quite basic looking. Some of the options are missing, such as portrait, HDR, Pro mode, but they are actually hidden away from this extra menu, as you can see here. And honestly, that should have been in the main layout. So Pro mode is there. Doesn't look the best, but I'm sure you can install other apps such as Google Cam, and I'll test that at a later time. Now if you go into settings, you have other options. So here, if you wanted to change the video resolution, you can see here 1080p and 4K. There is no 60 frames per second option here at the moment. Video stabilization, I don't think that works. I'll show you an example later on in the video. And there are a lot more options to customize the camera app. Okay, and as you can see here, 4K video recording doesn't work here at the moment, and again, I hope that will be fixed in the future. This is the front camera. There is no camera activation sound like MIUI ROM. And I'll quickly show you some of the camera samples. Here are a few camera samples. It does take some decent photos, but I have noticed it does struggle on reds, as you can see on this photo. And presently the portrait mode doesn't work, but in general daylight photos are okay. This is a 1080p video recording at 30 frames per second on the Redmi K20 Pro, and we're going to see how the video quality is later on. Okay, so we've got a bunch of ducks bathing here. Pigeons are flying away, and this is on LineageOS ROM. And I just want to see how the video stabilization is, so I'm going to do a short jog. And this is the focus test to see how fast it focuses with the background and the foreground object. So I just wanted to quickly touch up on the YouTube app, and as far as I'm aware, the maximum quality it can play up to is 1080p. So here is a 4K trailer, Terminator Dark Fate, and as you can see here, the highest quality it will play at is 1080p at 60 frames per second. I'm not sure exactly why that is, but that is something that hopefully will be fixed in future updates. Okay, so I'm just going to go into a different trailer, Lion King, and as you can see, the video is playing fine. There is no stuttering at all. I did read that some users did have this problem, but I don't have this issue, as you can see in this video. There's also no problem with the sound, and I'll just turn it up so you can have an idea.
And the circle of life.
So initial impressions are good. The phone runs quite well. There are some bugs, as I mentioned in the video. Hopefully they will be ironed out. I also noticed that the battery drains a little faster than MIUI 10. So that does it for the first custom ROM for the K20 Pro. There are other ROMs such as Pixel Experience and Havoc. Which one do you want to see? Do let me know in the comment section. Now if you have enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you are new here, then please do consider subscribing, as I have more videos coming up. So make sure you hit that bell icon so you get notified as soon as I release those videos. Please do follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and like always, Thanks for watching, and I will catch up with you in the next video.